Welcome everyone! Today's a very exciting video. I will be doing a full face of Physicians Formula. The only thing I could not find was my liquid liner. I know I have it here somewhere, but this is such a mess. I looked for an hour, can't find it. For my brows, I used the darkest brown in here, and I just used an angled brush and kind of feathered that on. And I did have to use a different brow mascara because my Walmart did not have the Physicians Formula brow mascara. Everything else I do own, so if you're excited for today's video, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and let's just get straight into the video. Starting with a primer, first of all, I have this brightening booster. It is a skin booster vitamin shot, so I'll be trying that, and this is new and in the style Brighten. I then have a Physicians Formula Rose All Day Illuminating Setting Spray. This is for after. And right now I have this Bright Booster Serum Oil Elixir. So I think I'm going to be, you guys, my favorite Spotlight Primer. I lost the cap. I wonder if this will, I think this will still work. So what I'm going to do is apply this Skin Elixir, this the vitamin C shot. I'm interested in this. So it looks really cool in this package. It's got beads in here suspended in this formula. So I wonder if I should shake it. Doesn't look like it did anything when I shook it. So it's interesting. It has beads in here. So I'm just going to do maybe like 3 drops and pat into my skin. There's zero smell to this, so that's a good sign. Physicians Formula is always known for their good skincare properties, and let's see if this brightened us up at all. I do see some brightening action going on, luminosity mainly. Well, it feels good. It is cooling a little bit. I want to use my Spotlight Luminous primer. Yeah, it still works without the thing. So this looks like this, and it adds glow to anywhere we want glow on the face, which are, you know, the nose, the chin, and the temples, anywhere that, and you can really see this glowing, anywhere the sun naturally hits. So I'll be placing that strategically in those areas. I reckon if we prime the face with that spray, the setting spray, that our makeup will last a lot longer. So I'm going to try this Rose All Day Illuminating Setting Spray. Oh, the mister is divine. Divine, and it does say shake me. Brightens and tightens, oil-free, alcohol-free, hypoallergenic, paraben-free, gluten-free, oil-free, dermatologist tested, clinically and cruelty-free. Look at how illuminated I am. I look like the freaking Tin Man. Okay, this must settle down before I continue. But holy smokes, if you want an illuminating setting spray, that is like #1. Wow. All right, they didn't have an eye primer. I look ridiculous. I seriously don't think I can use that at the end of the video. I have to use a mattifying one, honestly, and it'll be inexpensive. This Conceal RX concealer from Physicians Formula. So this prescription is in for any and all imperfections. So it's concentrated for maximum coverage, maximum comfort, ultra long wear, natural smooth finish, no mask effect. It attacks blemishes, dark circles under eyes. We'll see about that. Scars, age spots, bruises, and hyperpigmentation. I wonder if it's going to attack that bad boy that's been staying on my skin for quite a long time. Physicians Formula prices are quite pricey. This concealer looks pretty dark, I'm going to have to say, so I don't know how that's going to work for me. But it's in fair light, so it looks like this in a squeezy tube. Very nice. I'm going to put this on the back of my hand. So yeah, it actually does look very light. We are going to work with this on our eye just a bit. this looks like it's gonna spread. Just using my e.l.f. sponge to blend that out. I usually don't use concealer for an eyeshadow primer because I don't find that it lasts all day anymore since I've been using a straight eye primer directly for the eyes. But I'm not going to set this concealer down, so I'm going to wait for it to set on its own, and then we will go in with the palette from Physicians Formula. I quite like those primers. It left my face feeling slightly matte, but it feels dewy to the touch, and it looks very luminous. This nose of mine, oh my gosh, if I could just fix it. We're going to be going in with the Butter Eyeshadow Palette from Physicians Formula. I already know my thoughts on this. I love this palette. It has a ton of different shimmers and mattes, and it has a brush that I lost, but for the price, this is so good, and you can create so many neutral looks and colorful looks. I'm just going to do like a nice basic kind of colorful-ish look today. You can wear it at the office or school or just go out and run errands. Anyway, let me stop rambling and let's get to putting the eyeshadow on the eyes. So first off, I noticed that we have a brow bone shade, and I'm just going to put that here. See how that brightens up the brow bone? It's a very pigmented shade. These are dusty, just to let you know. I'm going to dip into this light pink shade and place that in the inner corner. No. Oh my word. Crease. That's the word I was looking for. So that's almost like a skin tone on me, but if you're more fair than me, that would show up as a pinky tone. I next will be going in with this terracotta shade, all with the same brush, because yes, that is as pigmented as that Pac-Man one I did. If you have missed that video, I will link it below or in the cards, somewhere up there, or there. Since I'm backwards, I think it's going to be over there. But click on it, and this looks identical to that terracotta shade in that palette. I'm going to take my time with this look today, and I'm going to do both eyes because it's going to be, like I said, pretty simple, but I want to use some of the colors in here, if you get what I'm saying, because they're so beautiful. But I want to do a regular neutral look for my neutral lovers, which seems to be most of my audience anyway, so I'm going to do it for you guys. I personally like sometimes playing with color, but am just unfamiliar with it. I do bridal work out of here, and you know, they like smoky but natural. So this looks really good already. I want to place this dark bronze shade with my pinky kind of all over the lid, if you get my drift. It's just a nice wash of a bronze color. It's so pretty, guys. Isn't that stunning? I want to leave this and this open because I want to do something else with that, with these shades. This is a nice bronzy shimmer. It's not too shimmery or out there. It's just beautiful looking. So on the inner corner, I'm torn between this one and the light one. I feel like this one might be that one's too close. So I'm going to take the white one on a flat brush. See how pigmented this one is, and place that on the inner third of the eye to lighten it up. It's not as pigmented as I thought, but we can build it up. Just to lighten this area just a tad, not too much. Maybe if I pat it on, it'll be a little better. And I'm losing some of that bronze shade that I liked. So that didn't do very much. I'm gonna go back over and just go over the entire area with that bronze shade. And then these are sort of crumbly, so that is why I'm doing my face first, or eyes first, and not my face. I'm sort of getting it kind of everywhere. But that's okay, because what I'm going to do now is go in with a fluffy brush and take this light brown shade. I'm going to fluff that where the shimmer meets that terracotta shade. Just really blend that in together. You see where that open space is? I'm closing it off now. And it's okay if it's messy right now, because we're going to clean it, because we are going to clean it up. Like right here, I got it super messy. We can always fix that, and it's a little unblended out here, but that can all be fixed later. For the outer corner, I'm going to take a mini Sigma E25, and I'm going to dip into the darkest brown shade in here, and that is pigmented. So just tapping that on the outer corner as per usual, and it's very pigmented. Then I'm going to start moving it inward to about halfway. So this is what the eye look is going to look like. I'm going to go clean up, do the other side, and I'll be right back. For mascara, I have the Physicians Formula Length Micrologist. There's volume and length. So I'm going to go with the length part first. So this is the wand. This is what it looks like. It's just a very slim, nice wand. I'm not doing mascara or liquid liner. I don't feel like this look calls for it. So this is for length. Just gonna do one little small coat on camera, and then I'm gonna build this up. And then this is the volume side. So this wand is considerably different. It's very interesting. It's almost like the Ilia wand, that clean beauty brand that I have mentioned before. So this is for the volume. I'm very peculiar with my mascaras and how they perform. So far, I don't like it. I don't think that it gives a lot of volume or length, and that's just my personal opinion. I did just open this, so I could let it dry out and give you an update, but I'll put some lashes on for this video because otherwise it's just gonna look terrible, so I'll be right back. All right, guys, I just put on the Ardell Demi Wispies, the just regular Demi Wispies, no liner up here, just as is, and I think it looks super pretty. It could be a date night look, it can just be an office look. Tone it down, use whatever colors you want, but this is a very versatile palette, and it has some fun pops of color. You can obviously do this all over the lid, this all over the lid, it would look beautiful, or this, and just a really, you know, light crease color, this on the brow bone, I don't know. But I think the look I created is really beautiful and completely wearable. So let's move into foundation. I have the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. It is not the right shade for me. I have LN3 and I'm supposed to be LW4. And this has sunscreen broad spectrum SPF of 20, but it has octinoxate, which is not a very, that's a chemical sunscreen. Sunscreen is sunscreen. Just apply your sunscreen prior to your foundation. If you forget, this has it in it, okay? So obviously it's the Healthy Foundation. It wears really well. It is very skin-like, I must say. It doesn't cover a ton, so it's like very light medium coverage, but it can be buildable, so we will work it out. I'm going to apply this with a brush today because I just find that applying it with a brush is going to give me some more coverage, and I need all the coverage I can get at this point, so applying with a brush. This is the Moda Buffer Brush. So this is for foundation. I'm just going to buff this into the skin. Obviously, it's not a match for color, but we have bronzer. Pretty sure you know what bronzer I'm going to use. It's a cult classic. It is a favorite amongst many YouTubers. So yeah, as you can see, it's very skin-like, very healthy looking. It lasts all day. It's beautiful on the skin. It's for light, you know, foundation days, or just if you have a long day and if you want your foundation to look very natural and skin-like with, actually that with the brush did cover all of my imperfections. So I'm very happy with that. Other than the shade, I can't find my other shade in my basket upstairs. I wonder where it crept off to. So this is the finish. It's very luminous, very healthy, skin-like, thin. It's buildable. You can't go wrong with it. It does have a scent. It's a pretty awful smell, but it does dissipate throughout the day. So I'm going to finish buffing the rest of this into my face. Like I said, I want this to be a really nice in-depth video because it is Physicians Formula. It is highly requested from a lot of YouTubers, you know, not just me. So we buffed that all in. Now I'm going to take my sponge and I'm lightly going to tap the slightest tap over this area just to blend out any brush strokes that may have formed and to give that nice soft silky looking finish. Very lightly blend. All right, concealer time. The Concealer RX. So I'm going to go in on my pinky and I'm just going to place this very strategically. Since it does look like full coverage, I'm just going where I have the hollows in my eye and to brighten up some areas here. Usually have redness there and a little on the chin, Cupid's bow for highlight. So this looks very strange, but I'm interested to see how this is going to perform. I've never tried this before. This has a scent. Don't know that it contains SPF. I didn't read that claim on there, but it does spread and it melts into the skin practically instantly. And it is very brightening, so that I'm happy about. Now let's see if it is full coverage on the under eye. That is what I'm most curious about. See if it can correct this darkness right here that I have. So it's doing a pretty good job, I would say. Let's clean up this sharp edge. I would say that's full coverage for sure. Now this you can find way on the bottom rack at drugstores. And they only had one shade, and it was this one, Fair Claire. Fair Claire. I really have to get in this area to brighten up. And it did a great job of brightening up that blue darkness. So I'm happy with that. It does not look crepey. It's very skin-like, just like the foundation. I'm very curious. All right, now that we've highlighted the face, let's go into some setting powder. So I purchased this Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Loose Powder SPF 16, which I find is like an odd number, 16. And this is new, it says. So opening up, we've got a little buffer sponge with like a handle. I find that interesting. So I guess I'm just going to tap that onto the little sponge. How cute. And I'm going to set the face with this. I find this difficult. I find that very difficult. So I'm going to X that out and just pour from the cat. And I got this shade light medium, I believe. Yeah. And so it's dark. And I don't know how to highlight my under eyes, but I'm just going to take a dry sponge and set my face. I'm even going to set my under eye because it honestly does not look dark on the skin. I'm going to set this. This is actually providing some extra coverage, which I find is great. You don't need to set down the Physicians Formula. It is a self-setting foundation, but if you're very oily and you get oily throughout the day, or it's summer and you get oily in the T-zone, I find that I, especially even with dry skin, need to powder my face. So that has provided extra coverage. As you can see in this region, it's provided extra coverage. And this is just texture, so it might look like lines, but it's not. So there, it's very, very light. Again, it has the same smell as the foundation. So if you can get past that, this is blurring. And I like that I could set my under eye with no issues. It didn't change the color, so it clearly is translucent still, even though it says light medium, because there was also like a fair. Let's go into the butter formula again, and let's see what we can do with our lower lash line. I think I would like to try this light lilac shade all over the lower lash line. That's pretty. Does have a lot of kick up, so definitely tap off the brush. But I like this look. The lilac shade underneath, this was a spur of the moment decision. This is not concealer or anything. It's just, I don't know, a sparkle? It's not unblended concealer. Just know that, but it's not moving, so I don't know what to do about that. I'm layering this quite a bit for some definition. I'm going to go use that mascara off camera so I don't smudge it everywhere and take forever, and I'll be right back. This foundation has so much coverage right now. All of my redness is gone. I just picked at this, but it's completely covered. And I got that piece of, it was glitter or something, but my under eyes, they don't look crepey or anything. They look super healthy. You can tell there's no crepiness there. Just looks super healthy. I'm loving that. And I need a brow trim and for this lash to want to stay on. Moving on to our famous guess. Just wait a minute. My face is looking ultra round. I need to contour. Mentioned this before. Physicians Formula, I got this on clearance. It's usually like $16. I got it for $9.23 at Target. This is the trio for contour, and it has a brighten setting powder in this that is a dupe for the Kat Von D Shade and Light powder. So I'm going to contour right here with this, and I've already hit pan on that. I'm going to contour with that with my Wet n Wild P65 brush really gently. And this is the perfect contour shade. I'm just going to ever so slightly in the hollows of my cheek, if there are any hollows. I don't see any there. Just blend that, taking it up to the hairline. Nothing crazy, just a slight contour. Would like to chisel my jawline out, and a hair here. If going into a double chin situation, this is how I would handle that. So yeah, I really like this contour shade. Don't mind my hair back there being crazy. Contouring slightly of the nose. Nothing's gonna help this nose. That just made it look wider. Sometimes I don't know how to get that nose contour down. I'm going to put this on my under lip. Like I said, this video is going to be longer, but I'm going into real depth about all of these products for you, just to give you an accurate review of this brand. I don't see much cream products from them, only powder, but my face looks flawless right now, and I'm so impressed. Going in with the famous Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. How can we not use this? You guys knew that would be in here, didn't you? I'm taking this Fenton brush. I don't know. It got it on Amazon. And this is just the shade Bronzer. And I'm going to warm up the complexion, the sides of the complexion. I'm ambidextrous. Did you know that? Now you do. And I'm also left-handed. That is why I do all my makeup with my left hand. So this just gives the most beautiful, natural, buildable, ever so slightly sun-kissed, bronzed look. You can't go wrong. For beginners, I highly recommend this bronzer. It's a cult classic. You see how it's super buildable? It's not patchy. It goes on so smooth. It looks beautiful. It smells absolutely divine. And I just love this bronzer. The deep bronzer didn't work out for me. It looked really patchy for some reason. Not sure why, but it definitely did. So I'm going to fix this nose situation with that contour powder. Right here, I'm just going to take it and run it. Do you see how brightening that is? And run it like this, and then run it like this. And I'm going to let that sit there for a while. And that looks crazy, but that is what I'm going to do to brighten that area. Then we're moving on into blush. I have this butter blush in this shade Spicy Mauve, and it looks like this with tiny, tiny glitter particles in it, but it is the most beautiful sheen of a blush. It is the epitome of healthy looking. I can't stand to look at this. I know you guys can't. Actually, I want to apply my highlight prior to blush, and I'm going in with this Physicians Formula Rose Gold. It's new. I found it at Ulta, and it twists off. Don't try to like flip the cap like the butter bronzer, but it just looks like this. It's sort of deep, so it is like a true deep gold. But another option I have is the Rose Nude, Natural Nude Shimmer Brick. So this is flawless and beautiful. You can do a deep gold shimmer, see, and you can do the white one. So I'm going to stick with this one, and I want to do the highlight first because I can find that it blends in with the blush much better. And I don't know, I just want to do it that way today, if that's okay with everybody else. And I'm trying to find the brush. My God. I'm using a very small targeted highlighting brush from Real Techniques. And I'm going to dip into this section right here. Tap off the extra and really just target this section here. Look how beautiful this looks. You really have a targeted section. It's going to give you, and you blend it out, it's going to give the most flawless, radiant looking glow. And it transferred all the way over there. Just look at this sheen. It's so healthy. You can't go wrong. You can still get this brick. It's just kind of hard to find now. So I would look on, you know, Amazon, or, oh my gosh, this lash too. Damn it. Just gives the most radiant look. Going to put that on the inner corners and fix that lash. Looks beautiful. All right, after 10 minutes of trying to reapply these lashes, we're good. So going in with the blush, I've got this blush and I'm using this e.l.f. powder brush, and I'm just going to place that on my cheeks and go backward. So as you can see, this also has a sheen. Even if you didn't want to apply a highlight, because this is such a glowy blush, you could just get away with using the blush. But do you see how healthy that blush looks and how beautiful the color is? And then I just, of course, fluff it everywhere else as per usual. I love this look. That blush is so beautiful. I'm obsessed. I love that and use it all the time off camera. So I'm kind of torn with what lip to do. I have two options. I've got the Healthy Lip formula and the new Butter Mirror Mirror and Soaking Up the Sun. I think I want to go with the nude. It's called Coral Minerals, actually. I can't do this. I wanted the nude one. I can't do Coral, so I'm going to go with this one right here. And it's sort of a nude. Oh my gosh, the formula. So buttery. Just look at this gloss. Oh my goodness. The smell is like tropical. It's not the same smell as the bronzer, but it smells tropical. The flamingo pink is really an ultra nude and beautiful. The healthy lip, which I can't find in ultra nude, is so gorgeous. They don't have a setting spray besides the luminous one, and I don't want to go in with that one, so I'll just use a really cheap Wet n Wild to set this makeup down. I'm taking my daughter to Claire's in the mall, and I don't want to look like a tin man. So let this dry and we'll assess the situation. Here is the final look using all Physicians Formula makeup. I absolutely adore the look. The eye look is beautiful. You can obviously leave your lashes natural. You don't have to use falsies. I love the blush. I absolutely adore that foundation. It looks beautiful. It's perfect for summer. Perfect for that light medium coverage skin-like foundation. It never looks cakey. It has the healthiest sheen to it. It's so gorgeous. None of my skin right now is looking crepey. My pores are not emphasized. It's not sinking into my fine lines on my mouth, which is huge. It covered up this deep red texture over here as well. It covered up the redness. So I'm highly impressed. I absolutely love the blush. The lipstick, I love the formula of those. And I'm really super impressed by this setting spray, the Illuminating setting spray. So I definitely won't be pairing, you know, the Illuminating primer and the setting spray. And I am very impressed with this concealer. I think this is going to be my new holy grail out of everything. This and the foundation are three things you must get from Physicians Formula. And I really do ultimately love that shadow palette. I think it's very versatile and it will work for so many skin tones, and you can do so many looks with it. And I just love this look. I hope you do too. Let me know by liking this video and subscribe to my channel if you are not already. And I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye.